All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Genie Rocket coaching and training session. We do this once a week. Really, the goal of these guys, if this is your first time here, is we're looking at some of the new features on Genie Rocket, see how other people are using it. And I'm going to get this stream in here. So 1 second, we'll get this on live stream, and then we'll be good to go. If you guys have any questions, you can throw them up in chat. If I can get a chance to get to them, I definitely will. We get this running on YouTube real quick. Hope you guys are having an awesome day today. Lots of new fun stuff in Genie Rocket. Oh my gosh, so much being released and going on. I'm having trouble keeping up with it. Let me get this live stream going and we will jump in. Got some cool stuff to share today. All right, 1 second here. Sorry, guys. Making sure I'm on the right account here. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. All right, cool. So guys, welcome. What I was going to show today is some of the new features in Genie Rocket, some of the things to kind of be on the lookout for, and how to even get access to some of the new features if you haven't seen them all yet. So that's what we're going to be jumping in today. Doing some of the things I learned recently on these Zoom calls is I can't actually share a whole lot of other people's information and accounts. So I'm not actually allowed to share your screen. Like if you have an account and have a question on here, I can show you kind of how to do it if you have to ask a question. But I can't really show, there's so much private information in here now with like revenue numbers and contact information. So if you have a very specific question, this is less for tech support, more for just kind of new things in Genie Rocket, how to use it, etc. And then if you want to get specific into your account, that's where you can jump on Zoom with my live chat support team to help. But let's first go into how to get access to some of the new features and what the new features are. This is going to be new feature day. So sharing my screen, just a second. So when you are in Genie Rocket here, if you go into settings and at the very bottom left-hand side under settings, if you click on labs, you will be able to see all the new things that are coming out and that are turned on or off. So you can see on mine here, all of these are turned on. You can see a little purple on the left. If you see some of these and they're not turned on, you can actually read what they are and you can turn them on in advanced. It also shows you down here when it's going to be live for everybody. So you can kind of get an idea, like you get access early to these things pretty far in advance, like live in 55 days for prospecting AI. So let AI work for you, receive intelligent prospect suggestions weekly, easy to set up and setting. So if that sounds interesting to you, you can flip that on. So some of these are more kind of administrative features like fully redesigned activity stream with distinct icons, clear date grouping, enhanced event cards, everything in the activity section. So you can kind of go through these and turn them on, and then you can go back and explore them. Chat widget improvements, auto save in funnels and website builders. If you're doing anything in website and funnel builders, definitely turn that one on. This one, guys, is a game changer. If you're using AI, appointment booking for voice AI. What this means is you can set this up. So if you're using voice AI, somebody calls your Genie Rocket number, AI answers it, and if one of the goals is to book an appointment, AI voice can actually reference your calendar and book the appointment over the phone with your prospect. So, big deal on this one. If you are using voice AI, or maybe you've been waiting to use voice AI, this is a really big one. So you can start using that. And I'll show you how we set that up here in a second. This one's kind of cool. Internal chat for team collaboration. So inside of Conversation View, you can do a team chat. Opportunity notes, link opportunities and context. So there's a lot of these in here. I would go through here again. We're in the lab section. You can see everything that's coming out. This is for people that like to have everything early and get it as much as like 87 days before everyone else does. So you can go through here and turn those on. So let me go to just a demo account real fast. So I'm not showing any live data here. Don't want to get in trouble for that. So let me just go to a random demo account. I'm going to flip some of these on and you can kind of see visually what they look like. And yes, if you guys see, Josh, I got your Q&A. There's a Q&A and there's a webinar chat, but if you want to use the Q&A section, that's a great way to ask questions that I can answer here. So Josh asked, do we have to get a number from Genie Rocket through you? Guys, when you're logged into Genie Rocket, when you go into phone numbers right here, so under settings and phone numbers, you can go and look for a local or toll-free phone number, and you can go through that whole process. So we're just going to do add number, add phone number. You can hit filter, and you can say first part of number. If you want to do an area code, type in the first part of number, apply, and hopefully there's some left in your area code in the inventory, but this is where you can grab your own phone number from here. So yeah, with this one, it's going to charge you like a monthly price of $1 or $2. And then there also is going to be a one-time registration fee. I think it's $23 just to register the number. And then you only pay per use of that number, and it's like 0.007 cents, something very small. And what that does is it allows you to use it as texting. You can use it for voice AI, all that. AI is a little bit charged on top of that too. I'll kind of show you that breakdown. But this is where you get a number. Whenever you do get a number, you're going to see this like A2P registration. This is annoying as heck, but it protects you. What I mean by that is this is going to confirm that you are a legitimate business with a legitimate number. It's going to help your deliverability rates because we don't want a bunch of people coming in, getting Genie Rocket accounts, getting numbers and just spamming people. So it does have to go through this process. So you do have to go through a registration and you just answer these questions. So it's just going to walk you through several steps. So it might take 5 or 10 minutes. And you do need to make sure that you have like terms and conditions on your website, a place where you're collecting lead information. So if you have a contact form on your website, do a contact form, make sure that has terms and conditions underneath it, and then you'll be good to go. And if you get stuck on this and you need help, my live chat support team right here is incredible at helping with A2P registration. If you just say, "Hey, I need some help with A2P registration. Can you help me, or what do I need to do?" They can walk you through those steps because you can actually create the contact form inside of Genie Rocket, the terms and condition page inside of Genie Rocket. You can do all that in here. It's just going to take a couple steps, but having that number is critical because texting gets about a 98% open rate, and people usually see it within 1 to 3 minutes, and your response rates are going to be a lot higher. But you don't want to abuse the power of texting. What I mean by that is if you text everyone all the time, you're going to get blocked, you're going to get marked as spam, people are going to not reply to you. So with great power comes great responsibility. So make sure you're using it the right way, so you don't get blocked and spammed and people actually answer you. So that is where you get a phone number in here. So we're going to go to labs on this account, and you'll see that I have not turned on many things in here. So new color picker for funnels and websites. I'm going to turn that on. Workflows, highlight in case of error, turn that on. Marketing audit report, compare your view and listings with top competitors. Internal chat for team collaboration. So I'm just going to turn all this stuff on this dummy account. Boom. And then too, at the very bottom or on each of these, you can submit feedback. So if there's something you're trying on this and you're like, this kind of sucks, or this is amazing, keep up the good work, you can put that right in there and it goes to the development team. And if you guys didn't know this, there are like on the back end of Genie Rocket, which is powered by High Level, there's over 500 full-time employees working on this. So that is how we can support it, how it grows so fast, and gets all these updates all the time, and all this support and feedback really matters because they take that into account. Things get voted on, things get approved fast, and things get launched. So don't think that your voice does not matter. It absolutely does. Okay, so Let's look at some of the new features in here. So in Conversations view, if you turn on that lab setting, you'll notice you have a whole new sidebar right here. And it's a lot easier to filter things here. So you have a team inbox, you have my inbox, and you have internal chat. So inside the team inbox, you can sort by unread, recent, start, and alt. Same with assigned to me. So if you only want to see things that are assigned to you instead of looking through every communication on here, you now have your own little inbox right here that's a lot more personal. So if you're in sales and you have things assigned to you, boom, right there. If you want to see everything going on, all the communication across everybody, you can look at the team inbox, kind of unfiltered. And then this is brand new, is internal chat. This is kind of like if you have Slack. We still use Slack. I haven't experimented a whole lot with this. I've tried it once, but you can actually chat with your team. If you've got multiple people in Genie Rocket that are part of your team, you can have back and forth conversations here, kind of like Slack, all in one place. So you're not bouncing around from different applications, which is pretty darn cool. So that is the new conversations piece. Let's jump into AI agents here. Again, if you have not explored AI agents, don't let it scare you. Everyone's going to apparently have robots in their homes in the next few years, according to Elon Musk. So this is a very small step of just doing voice AI. So what's neat about voice AI, if you go into this, this is where you can assign it a phone number and you can make it a 24/7 voice AI bot, which means it can answer your phone calls. You can train it and you can also have it book appointments for you over the phone, which is pretty cool. So whenever you set this up, you can give it its own name. So you can call it Timmy. You say your business name, your language. You actually get to pick out the voice, which is pretty sweet. There is lots of different voice actors on here. So you can pick one that matches your brand. I would make sure that it's something that you feel like your dream customer would resonate with and it reflects your brand and your culture and your voice. And right now it just does inbound calling. What that means is when someone calls this number, the AI is going to pick up and do all the work. Coming soon, this is going to be a game changer, is going to be outbound calls. So if you have a list of prospects or leads that are coming in, eventually this will be able to call them directly and have a conversation with them and either book appointment, answer questions, or both. The agent's initial message is going to be whenever somebody calls, this is exactly what it's going to say. Hey, you have reached Demo Snapshot Eagle ID. How can I help you today? We always want to make sure we leave it open-ended because we want them to ask a question so then we can engage the bot. So after we do this, we move on to the next screen. And this is where we're going to set the goals. We say we want them to collect the name, email, if we want to collect an address, or if we just want to collect the contact's issue, and then who it's going to email once all that information is collected. Now, what I like to do, this is advanced mode up here, don't let this scare you, is if you switch to advanced mode, this is where you can really build in a lot of the knowledge base. So instructions for handling callers' queries, general rules for handling callers' queries. You can put all the information in here. And something you could also do is you can just copy this and put it in like Chat GPT and say, hey, can you rewrite this but make it for my business? Here's my website, and it will do all the work for you. You'll notice at the bottom here too, you have prompt actions. So this means when it's going to do these things. When is it going to do a call transfer? When is it going to trigger a workflow? When is it going to update a contact field? When is it going to send a text? When is it going to book an appointment or a custom action? So what this means is if we say, for example, send a text, we can say more info. So the message input is going to be, let's see, here is here is more info that you requested. And we're just going to put in maybe a link right here. When should this take place? When the user asks for more information. Let me send that to you now. So this is done. It's already programmed. So this is what this means. When somebody on the phone says, I would like more information, the voice AI bot in its voice is going to say, you bet. Let me send that to you now. It's already got their phone number because they're on the phone with them. And that person is going to get a text for whatever you put in here and you can even pull in their first name. So we could say, obviously we'd move this, but we could say, hey, Bill, here's more information that you requested, put in a link. It's that easy, which is pretty cool. So think about that for your business, that if you had voice AI taking all your calls and you could tell it like, hey, if someone sounds really upset or they're angry or they're frustrated or they say, I need to speak with owner, director, manager, whatever, do a call transfer and they can say, give me just a second, let me get you over to the right person. And you can say who you want it to call. If you have a workflow trigger built out with texts, emails, voicemails, etc., and if they say, I'm interested in buying something from you, but not yet, that's where you could have it in the background, trigger a workflow, knowing that over the next 30 days, they're going to get nurturing emails. So much is possible with this right here. And so I would play around with that. And then who gets the email after all this is said and done? It's going to be a transcription of everything in one place. So you set all that up, go to the next screen. And guys, when this actually got released, I was at the conference live in Dallas when this came out. And on our lunch break, I set this up for Genie Rocket and it's been turned on ever since. And I did it in less than 30 minutes. Now, granted, I've optimized it, tweaked it a little bit since then, but it's not hard to set up. The hardest thing is just starting. So start here. Next screen, you're going to select a phone number that you already own. Say, this is the number I want it to use. We can set the working hours or make it 24/7. Then this is, you can test it right here. You can say, I want it to call from this number. Here's my phone number. Call me, and it will call you, and you can test it out. Pretty awesome. So that is voice AI. One neat thing that's kind of new with voice AI too is you can create multiple agents. What do I mean by that? So let's say you have 3 phone numbers for your business. You could have a phone number that's for service. You could have a phone number that's for support. You could have a phone number that's for sales. And you train each of those bots how to answer those calls differently and handle them differently. And then it keeps track of all your dashboard of everything here. So on dashboards and logs, it will show you how many calls, how many actions triggered, how many positive versus negative sentiments. Everything that you need to know for all your calls will be right here, which is pretty awesome for voice AI. Another new feature right above voice AI is knowledge base. This is really cool. It's still new, so it's going to be growing over time. But this is what all of your AI is going to be pulling from. So you are powering the brain of your AI with a knowledge base. So you're going to put in the title, you're going to put in your website or websites. It's going to crawl and scrape and get all the data from your websites. You are going to be able to, you put in all of your FAQs. What are the commonly asked questions from your dream customers? Put them all in here. And then coming soon is going to be the ability to upload files. So if you have documents, files, PDFs, whatever, that's going to go into those knowledge bases. So whenever you're building bots, you can say, I want my sales bot to access blank this knowledge base, and all the information they need to know to answer every question that they get is going to be in that knowledge base, which is very, very cool. So that's one of the new things in AI. Let's see, if you guys didn't know this already, you can buy domains right with inside of Genie Rocket. So you can purchase a domain or you can connect an existing domain. Why in the world would you do this? Because you can build out beautiful sales funnels or full websites all within here. All of our websites we build are all in Genie Rocket. I'm actually rebuilding this right now, so it's kind of in a halfway state. But even this right here, this is our new Genie Rocket website. This is all built inside of the same tool that you have. So you can build great looking websites with blogs, with surveys and contact forms, with YouTube integration, with Google My Business review integration, all of this. You can build these great things all with inside of Genie Rocket. So, wow, I've got too many tabs open here. Where was I? So with domains, if you have an existing domain and you want to rebuild your site in Genie Rocket, and I might jump to that next because you can do it pretty easily. You can just connect your domain. If you have something with GoDaddy, you hit connect domain, put in your domain, and it will walk you through and just connect it up. Or you can buy your own domain. So if you don't have one yet or you're wanting to start something new, you can just get premium domain hosting here. It's part of Genie Rocket. You don't have to pay any more for hosting. So you put the domain you want, you can actually buy it within here. It's a very cheap price, starting at like 11 bucks for the year. Get your own domain. Once you get that domain, go back here into sites and funnels. And you can see we got a lot of like test sites and stuff here. We have a crap ton of templates, over 1,000 templates to start from. So if you jump in here, and Funnel AI, still a little wonky. It's kind of cool. From blank, if you just want to start from zero, but why wouldn't you want to start from beautiful design template? I don't know. So these get updated all the time. Some of these I haven't even seen before. They look awesome. So like this one looks really cool. I would find one that just kind of matches somewhat of your brand colors. Don't worry about the content because the content is easy to change. So if I had a brand color that was light and airy and neutral, I want to look at this one. And then you can go in and customize this all inside your Genie Rocket account. You can have unlimited websites or funnels in here. And what's the purpose of a website? What's the purpose of a funnel? They serve two very different purposes, and we're not going to go into all the details, but very big picture, websites are great for building trust and authority to let people know that you're legitimate. A funnel is great for turning a looker into a lead. You'll notice funnels usually don't have all the navigation at the top, and it's asking someone to do one thing. So if this was a funnel, this would disappear. There'd be no navigation, right? Boom, that's gone. We have one big message here, and the only thing to do on this page would be schedule an appointment. So I'd have that button. This content's really good. You can just literally change information in here, super easy. It's already built for you. Just change colors, change data, delete stuff you don't want. You can upload new pictures. Delete areas you don't want to put in there, right? So I might even come in here and say, you know what? I want to do a calendar in here to make it even easier for people to book appointments with me. So I'm going to do new section with one column. Over here are all the different elements I can add. See, there's a lot. So I'm just going to search for calendar, add a calendar in here. And if I've already set up a calendar, it's going to have that option. And if you didn't know, calendars do sync with Google Cal, Outlook, or Apple. So you can connect those up. People can book directly with you, and boom, look at that, done. And guess what? I would also put really big in here the phone number that AI is going to answer. And guess what? AI's goal is also going to be to book them an appointment. That doesn't mean you have to be great on the phone. This gives you an excuse to not have to answer the phone every time, right? If you hate talking on the phone, put your phone number really big, say call 24/7, and every time that phone rings, your phone rings, you know it is going to be answered, and it's going to be done with a cool voice with the intent to book them into appointment. It's going to have all the knowledge base to answer every single question. And then you get to satisfy, hey, if you prefer to go online and book it yourself, or if you want to call us and book it, you can do the same. And when they're calling to book, the voice AI is trained on how to ask questions. So it's going to know how to answer questions they ask. And you can continue to train it too on asking some other questions, getting them ready for the call. So that's where you can connect your domain up, mobile optimize everything right here. Pretty darn cool. Josh, thanks for the question again. So right now we don't do email addresses. So what you would have to do is if you do buy a domain through here, and let's say you wanted to host it through Gmail, which I recommend. So you would go to like your Google for Business or Gmail for Business, and it will just ask you if you already have a domain and you say yes, and it will walk you through those steps. You can still set up an email through something like Gmail. It's just not going to be all through Genie Rocket. So it'll be the domain will be hosted here, but email would be hosted. And honestly, you don't want Genie Rocket to host your email or really any web hosting platform. I mean, I'm a little biased, but I mean, Gmail's Gmail, right? Like they're the go-to for that and are awesome. So I always recommend going to Google for Business for email because you can still get your at yourbrandname.com and have that powered by Gmail, even though it's your domain. If you didn't know that, it is pretty powerful. Okay, something new here. Let's see if it's in here. This is additional. It's going to cost a little more, just fair warning. But we do have a brand new SEO section in here. So, guys, if you're serious about growing your brand and doing more than just ads and like long term, like you really want growth, I know this is a little pricey, but there's people that charge thousands of dollars a month for SEO, and this is $97 a month. And basically, what it does is when you build your website inside of Genie Rocket and you activate this, it is going to look through all of your sites and it's going to tell you what to do. It's going to show you what you need to change. So it's not going to necessarily do all the work for you, but it's going to tell you the most important work to do. And why SEO is important is this is what shows up when people are searching for your business. And a lot of people, like I just had a call with a new prospect. We do Google ads, and you can now do Google ads through here too. Um, Google ads are great when people are problem aware and they're looking for a solution to their problem. They're going to go to something like Google and they're going to type in what they're looking for. And usually the first half of the page is all paid ads. Right beneath that, you usually get all of your organic listings. And that's where this comes into play. So it's going to show you here's the things you need to fix on your website because Google is looking constantly at these things, at the total pages, your site health, the keywords, the backlinks. It's going to show you traffic if it's going up or down. It's going to show you everything that you need to know about your site so you can help it grow and be healthy. Other thing right next to it, which is free if you're not ready for that yet, is just overall analytics. I don't know if I even have anything active on here. So I'm going to go to, I don't mind sharing. I'll just go to one of my accounts here. You can see what analytics look like. This is really good too, like a reason why to build your site or funnel on Genie Rocket is it's going to pull in all of these, right? So this shows like over the last less than a month, like we've had 2,300 page views. 19 people opt in means they've provided some sort of information. We don't do any sales on this page, so this number is irrelevant. But it just kind of shows a really good view of all the pages and where traffic is coming from. Like, what are your most visited pages? What browsers are being used the most? IP addresses of people visiting, top visits by country, device type. So, pretty interesting stuff that you can see here with analytics. So that is all in there. And then with blogs up here too, if you didn't know this, you can create blogs, which we've just started to do again. And blogs are also great for SEO because it's going to position you as a thought leader or an expert in your industry. And you can actually create blog content directly from here and you can publish them on your website. So again, if you just do like one a week or even one a month, you're writing on topics that your dream customers are going to potentially be asking about. So if I was to pick on Josh in here, since he asked a few questions, if people were looking for DJ services in Las Vegas, I might have a blog that's called How to Hire the Best Vegas DJ. And my second blog might be 5 critical questions to ask your DJ before hiring them in Vegas, right? It's things that's going to position you as the expert. Like here's blog titles that we use for ourselves. How to implement the 4 Ps to increase results. 5 effective ways to leverage AI for marketing. Boost your lead nurturing with workflows and automations. So when you start creating some great blogs like this, it's going to give you a page like this that you can kind of design and make it look however you want. And then every time that someone is looking for one of these, there's a chance that they might land on one of your articles here. And then the goal at the end of every blog post, obviously, is you want to have a very good, clear call to action. So if someone reads this and they're ready to get started, they can click on this. And now they're going back into my website. Again, all created in Genie Rocket. And they start filling out this piece which is a survey that's going to go to a booked calendar consult. So I know I'm covering a lot here, but I just want to make sure you guys are aware of the power that you have at your fingertips within Genie Rocket with funnels, with SEO, with analytics, with blogs. You can create forms and surveys for people to fill out. You can do quizzes if you really want to get super detailed, asking people specific questions, and the results go to different things. The chat widget, if you haven't done the chat widget yet, guys, this is super important. I'll show you another one of our sites. Whoop. One of the programs that we have running right now that's called Leads Launchpad. I think we have a chat widget on here. We'll see. Oh yeah, so just at the very bottom here. So this is the chat widget. And so when you click on this is all powered by Genie Rocket. You can do this too, is it gives them the option to chat via SMS, email, or via live chat. And guess what? If they choose live chat, it's answered by my AI bot that's trained on this website to ask questions and book an appointment. So I know 24/7 if people are coming to the site, if they're looking around, whatever they're doing here, and they've got questions and they jump in here, it's going to get answered by my AI bot that's trained on the site. And guess what else you see up here? What we talked about earlier. Call 24/7. And guess what? This specific number is powered by a voice AI bot that is only trained to answer questions from this site on Leads Launchpad and get them into an appointment. That's it. Right? So, and this is a good example too of like another page. Like, why would you want to build multiple websites or funnels? Well, each of your products, services, or programs should have some sort of experience, whether it's a page on your website, a whole separate website, or a very specific sales funnel. I'll show you one more. And these are all mine only because I know what they look like and they work really well. So this is another one. This is a funnel that was also built in Genie Rocket. We do these. We're actually doing one of these tomorrow. So people will come in and spend a full day with me live in person, me and my team, and we do everything for them in one day. We shoot their videos, write their web copy, build their site, launch their ads, do their strategy. And it's high ticket, it's expensive, but they get everything done in one day. But if you notice here, there's no navigation at the top. There's one simple message, and there's only one thing you can do, which is apply. So as you go down this page, everything is geared towards building the belief that if they are tired and stuck and frustrated, that one day can change their business and change their life. So we go through this whole page, right? Like, here's everything you get in one day, blah, blah, blah. Here's all of this trust and testimonials of people that have gone through the process, what they have to say about it, what it did for them, some very specific case studies with videos. But notice, again, there's only one button and one thing to do. So this is a funnel versus a website. The technology is pretty much the same, but the psychology of it is very, very different. So thinking about for your business, right? If you have something that is a high ticket offer or even a low ticket offer, you want to be able to have one page that clearly communicates and articulates why they need it and not be confusing to them. So that's where you can have all of these FAQs in here, everything set up. And then at the very bottom, this is what we call usually the kitchen sink. It's like, yeah, look, hey, if you want to dig deeper and like read our blog, listen to my podcast, look at some different things, contact us, follow some social. That's at the very, very bottom. But really the primary purpose of this page is very clear, right? What do you want me to do? Apply. That's the only thing you can do on here. And then I haven't touched this in a while, but what I might do eventually is add a phone number up here that's just for the retreat. So there's a retreat hotline number answered by an AI bot that's trained in everything on this page. And their entire goal is to get them to get an appointment booked. And they can do that over the phone. And again, guys, the reason why I'm showing you this, I'm not trying to promote the retreat, although if you want a retreat, talk to me and we can make it happen, is I am doing everything too inside of the platform. So everything that I'm showing you is all done inside of Genie Rocket. So you also can do all this stuff inside of Genie Rocket, and you've got access to 24/7 live chat, help, and Zoom. Um, and if you do get stuck, if you're like, Brad, I see you doing all these things. I know I need all these things, and I don't know what to do. I mean, then let's have a conversation about you coming in for a retreat. If you could spend one full day with me and part of my team, do you think we could kick some major butt and do some amazing things together? Because my whole day is devoted to you. It's devoted to, let's talk about your business, your strategy, your revenue goals, how we're going to get there, what channels we need to use, what's the messaging we need to use. Um, so again, if that's something interesting to you, you can let me know. We can definitely have a chat about it. But I'm really showing that to you just to show you how we are growing and scaling is all within the same tool that you guys have. Another neat tool, if you guys do live events or go to networking, is you can create QR codes in here. So with the QR code, you just hit create QR code. That's it. You can create folders if you want to manage them, but we're going to hit create QR code. You're going to give it a name, say what you want it to do, where you want it to go. You can design it, and it's going to give you a downloadable QR code. And it all lives within here, which is pretty awesome. And then you can download PNG, SVG, PDF. Here's the cool thing, guys. If you have this out live in the wild, like let's say you went crazy and you bought a billboard and you put a giant QR code and then you were like, oh crap, I need it to go to a different website. You can go in here and change where that QR code goes. So usually you've got to pay a separate service for that, but that is all in here for you, QR codes. What else is new and fun that I can show you? Or if you guys have anything in Q&A that you want to drop in, I'm going to open up my YouTube real fast, make sure there's no questions in the live chat over here. Okay. Any questions that you guys have or things that you want to see or you're curious about for the next little bit of time we have together, you can drop it in chat. And I'm going to see what else I'm going to show you guys. I know what I'm going to show you. All right. Couple things here while I'm waiting for anything to come in. If you didn't know this, you can schedule all of your social media through Genie Rocket and through the mobile app. And the mobile app is called Lead Connector. So when you're in the App Store or Google Play Store, download Lead Connector and use your Genie Rocket login, and that's the app. But like I've got a design team, and they create all my social media for me, so I don't do all this. But just the fact that I can come in here and I can see it all scheduled for me, like I've got social media posts all the way until June 2nd already scheduled out here, which is awesome. And then I can come in here under statistics and I can kind of just get a quick glimpse of where we're doing good, where we're doing bad. So how things are looking, how things are growing. All that's in here for social posts, which is really cool. The thing I was excited that I was going to show you though is Ad Manager. And if you don't do ads, that's fine. Not everyone has to do ads, but the ones that grow the fastest are doing ads. So Ad Manager in here, this is where you can do Facebook and Google ads directly through Genie Rocket. So when you click on Ad Manager, you'll be able to follow next steps. Again, if you get stuck, live chat support. Anything inside of Genie Rocket that you get stuck on, that you're confused on, please don't email me. It's not because I don't love you. That's what I have, like, tons of people in my live chat support to help you with. And that's what they get paid for, and that's what they're actually better at. So where I can help you the most is showing up here on these strategy sessions, or if you want to book private time with me, I'll show you how you can do that too. So you can launch Facebook ads, you can launch Google ads, you can view all the reporting in here. Why would you want to do that? Well, if you want leads, if you want traffic, if you want to grow, that's just another way to do it. There's lots of spokes on the wheel. I don't think that's the end all be all, but I will say the folks that are doing Google ads and Facebook ads are growing faster than the ones that aren't. And if you do everything, meaning you do Google ads, you do Facebook ads, you do organic SEO, you do social media posting, you show up in your community, I mean, those are all the things that you signed up to do as a business owner, right? There's not an easy button. But this is the easy button for how to launch ads on Facebook and Google directly inside of your Genie Rocket account, which is awesome. What? I feel like I just said something I was going to show you, and then my brain stopped for a second. Oh, new thing that we just launched. So on our new website on Genie Rocket, let me go back here real quick. We are trying this out. You might think it's crazy and you might never do it, or you might be like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. I need this. So if you go into the help section, like just genierocket.com, if you ever don't know where to log in, you can go to genierocket.com, click login on the top right. We have a brand new section here called help. And you can see we have 24/7 live chat support, all these options here. Weekly live coaching. This is what you guys are on right now. This will take you to register for this online community. If you're not part of it, that will take you to the general online community called BAM. But if you're in Genie Rocket, we have another online community that you should have gotten invited to. If you didn't, let me know. Get you in there. But anything else on here, if you click it, like if I just click this 24/7 live support, it's just going to walk you through how that 24/7 live chat support works. Also shows you just a little bit more information about these training calls that you're on right now. And then this is the brand new section. We have where you can book a one-on-one tech session. If you're like, look, Brad, your live chat support is great. The Zoom is okay, but we just want to talk to you or we just want to talk to your team. And I get that, but you also have to realize we have to charge for that, right? Like, um, I I work for some pretty big um, organizations as their CMO or their go-to-market strategy, and my time um, gets eaten up really fast. And I wish I could make time for every single person every time they needed me. I just can't. So what we have here now is you can book a one-on-one tech session. And so when you click Get Expert Help, you have two options. If you really, really want to talk to me and you're like, Brad, I know you can solve these problems. I just need an hour with you and let's knock it out. I'm going to give you my full attention and we're going to do some awesome stuff together, but it's going to cost you $250. So if you want to spend an hour with me one-on-one, it's 250. If you want to jump on with someone else from my team, it's $50. And so you get an hour with them. It's not just the tech support, it's actually someone that's trained by me. It's on my team. Tech support is trained on the system. They're really good. But if you just want like next level help and support and strategy, these are your options. So again, on the website, just go to support, get expert help. You can get 60 minutes with me directly, or you can get 60 minutes with someone from my team. We just wanted to make that an option. I just got tired of telling people no or saying yes and feeling bad about it and realizing it was a bad decision later, because I'm not honoring my commitments for some of my bigger clients, and I'm not honoring you by saying yes and robbing them of that. So this is the new way. Like if you just want dedicated time directly with me, this is what we're offering right now. And also like this is, if you want us to handle everything for you, like if you're like, oh, I didn't know you could be an interim CMO and actually kind of part of my team. I want to know what that looks like. At the very bottom, you can fill this out if you would have a conversation with me. It's not cheap, but again, we're trying to make big moves and bold moves so you can have some crazy big growth. And if you feel like you need extra help, that's why we're here. And I'll tell you if it's not a good fit, right? I'm not gonna force you into something that you don't want. Um, so back to the Genie Rocket tool itself. Remember, a tool is only as good as what you guys put into it. Just know that this tool is powering like over 500,000 businesses, this operating system, and it is everything you need technically to get to where you want to go and beyond. Sending invoices from here, creating contracts from here, generating leads from here, scheduling your social. I mean, guys, it's everything you need. And I know it can feel overwhelming and it can feel exhausting sometimes, but I promise if you invest the time to getting better at this and take those steps to just doing one thing at a time, maybe you just say, hey, this week, my goal is I'm going to figure out how to do blogs. Next week, my goal is I'm going to figure out how to create a funnel. The following week, I'm going to figure out how to launch an ad to my funnel. And you just start doing these time blocks and getting better and better. The one thing that you can get better at that's going to give you the most return on your time and return on your investment with that time is things with sales and marketing, because that is going to directly increase your revenue. There is nothing like sales that's going to help you grow as fast. When you can sharpen your skills on sales and sharpen your skills on marketing, the direct return on that is far greater than anything else you can sharpen your skills on, right? Like you can be a better plumber, you can be a better DJ, you can be a better designer, you can be a better fill in the blank, but that doesn't mean that you are going to be able to create more revenue just because you're better at what you're doing. And I know you all know this, but I want to do a good kind of gut reality check here. When you sharpen your skills and you get better at sales and marketing, obviously, you still want to be amazing at your craft, but maybe also you start to hire other people to be great at their craft, or you hire someone else like me or myself to help you out with some of the sales and marketing. So you can do your craft. Like if you were just a craftsman and all you want to do is be really good at your thing, you've got to make that decision at some point. Otherwise, you're going to be selling, 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 delivering, delivering, delivering. And there's always going to be this imbalance in the force. And I can say that now because we just had May the 4th be with you, Star Wars Day. And me and my 16-year-old son just watched a crap ton of Star Wars. So the force is strong with me right now in my head. Maybe some Star Wars fans out there. Um, but I want to encourage you to just think about that as you're growing your business. You want to make sure that you spend enough time on this marketing and don't think of it like, man, I really like software so boring. I don't want to learn software. I don't care about this, blah, blah, blah. Let me ask you, like, do you care about making money? Do you care about growing your business? Do you know where you're going and what you need to do to get there? Because typically the path to get there, again, it's not just getting better at your craft or getting better at building teams. It's getting better at marketing so you can get in front of people and do sales to hire those people and hit those goals and take that vacation and buy that house and buy that car and fill in the blank. So all the tools that we create, all the coaching that I'm trying to do for you and all the guidance and training and help is to help you get better in that one area so you can make a bigger impact in the world by getting your product and service and message out there and knowing how to get that in front of the right people and how to turn those conversations into sales so you can hit all those things. Um, so any final questions? I'm going to leave it open for just a second. Throw it in chat or throw it in Q&A. If you guys have any final things that you would like to look at before we wrap up today, thank you guys so much for joining. I really do respect your time here. I know time is the most valuable thing that you can offer, and I don't take that lightly. So I hope that I gave you good value for your time today, answered every question that you had, maybe showed you some neat things that you weren't thinking of. So appreciate you being here. If you know anyone that deserves a tool like Genie Rocket and would benefit from training like this and a tool like Genie Rocket, just send them to genierocket.com. Tell them that you sent them. I'll give you something special. But send them my way. That would mean a lot to me, and it's going to help the person that you care about because I'm going to take good care of them. Thank you guys so much for being here. I will catch you all next week. Have a great week.